Let's see where we're going now. We've been to so many countries around the world. Oh, we're going back to the UK, and joining me is an American lady, Mary Agnes Krell. Welcome to the programme.
Hi, Lars. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
It's okay. And it is, of course, all about ukuleles, and you can see why Fusion have sold so many ukulele bags, and this is a big part of your life.
It really is. The Grand Northern Ukulele Festival is at the heart of most of what we do.
What time of year does this event normally take place? I say normally because I expect it's been cancelled like so many events have, sadly.
You're right, even the Grand Northern Ukulele Festival had to be canceled this year. But we normally happen every year in June, and we are already working on coming back next year in June of 2021, right back in Huddersfield.
It's such a shame, all the cancellations. How many years has the event been happening now?
This would have been our 8th year.
8. I mean, it's a massive, massive organisation. On an event of this scale, pubs, clubs, people playing on the streets, health and safety. How many are in the staff policing and organising all this?
We're a voluntary team of between 5 and 8 people that work throughout the year on making the festival happen. But at the weekend of the festival, we bring in effectively an army of volunteers. Anywhere between 20, 30, even up to 50 volunteers will come and help out on the festival weekend, whether that's at pubs or clubs in town, at cafes, in the festival bar, helping on our merch sale, or just helping our artists to get settled and to make connections with other people playing the ukulele.
Well, down in Georgia, there's a stew. Nothing to it, it's easy to do. You just shake that thing. Shake that thing. But yeah, you know you gotta shake that thing. Well, no child star, no book or wing. All you gotta do is shake that thing. You know, shake that thing. Shake that thing. But yeah, you know you gotta shake that thing.
It is so much going on underneath the scenes. How many artists? How many bands and solo artists, duos, how many pubs and clubs are involved?
Well, that's a big question. There are normally around 50 artists, although we have kind of brought that back down to maybe 25, 35 in recent years because, again, we're a voluntary team putting this together. But somewhere around 35, 50 artists and acts, ranging from worldwide headliners to kids from local schools and community groups. We have events that take place across town. We use the Lords Batley Theatre as our main stage. We use their main hall upstairs and their cellar theatre, but we also use the Head of Steam pub at the railway station and the Sportsman bar around the corner from the station. We use squares in town and cafes. We have used the basement of Vinyl Tap, the local record store. We use independent venues, hotels, just pretty much any place where you could stand somebody with a ukulele, you're going to find us helping people connect and sing songs.
That's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, obviously there's people gathering on the streets by the lampposts. That's a classic line, isn't it? Leaning on the lamppost. Sorry. That just slips. In little groups playing around. But for the stages, I mean, the sound technicians, the PA systems, there's a heck of a lot involved.
Yeah, so we work with the theatre and we hire in a large PA for the theatre. We try to work with regional businesses whenever we can. So the sound technician for the theatre comes from the Bingley area, working with big festivals all around the Northwest and Yorkshire. We also have sound technicians at all levels in the different venues across town throughout the weekend with 5 venues in addition to the theatre and all the pop-up spaces and open mics. There's a good half dozen PAs around town with ukulele players singing, making music, and just generally kind of entertaining each other and having a good time.
It just takes over the town, doesn't it? How many visitors are expected?
So that's a bit of a movable feast. On site at the theatre, we have about 500 to 800 at any one time in the different venues and in the courtyard and the open mic. But throughout the weekend, there are a lot of free events all over town. So we'll get a good 1,000 or so people coming to town, and even larger numbers than that when you start to count people who've just come along for one of the free events taking place around the corner from their home.
Got you on the road.
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's a lot of people coming in who haven't got an association with the ukulele. They just come for a good time. This next question I've asked quite a few times now, or to lots of people, and during this program. What is it about this little tiny instrument? You can. There's lots of Gnuff videos out there. Everybody's happy, singing away. What is it, do you think, that brings everybody together, just have a happy time?
So I think there's two reasons that the ukulele makes people happy. The first is its history. It was invented to be an instrument that you can play to accompany yourself singing. And there's something about that, it's empowering, something that will help you to just make a joyful noise. And singing is important. One of the other things that the ukulele does is kind of encourage people to get together to sing, to form communities, and to connect with each other. Making music and connecting with people, I think, would make most people happy. It certainly does at Gnuff.
Funky, silly, floppy, praying, free, forever funny. Flopper, floppy, fast, fun, fermented funny.
Yeah, I think you'll get a giant clap for being organising behind the scenes. It's brilliant. I think you are a secret organiser, because I happen to know you are also a professor at Sussex University.
I am a professor of creative media at the University of Sussex, and in fact it's what brought me to this country. And there's a lot of crossover between working with my students on our media practice degree, helping them learn to plan their productions, their film shoots, their interviews with people, their interactive projects, and thinking about planning an event that brings thousands of people together from all over the world. At the end of the day, what you really are doing is managing some kind of a production.
It comes across that you're very passionate about what you're doing within the arts and the reassurance you're giving people as well. Let's go back to the Gnuff. You've had several awards. I'm not quite sure what the awards are.
We've had a lot of awards, and perhaps the biggest, or at least for me the most interesting, was the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service. It's like the MBE for voluntary groups, and what's fantastic is it's not for any one person, it's for the whole group of people who volunteer their time to make the festival happen. And when you get the award, they send you a letter inviting you to Buckingham Palace. It's awesome. We get to go to the garden and hang out and drink really terrible coffee, but really good tea.
Do you know, I'm not being rude, but Americans seem to always love Buckingham Palace, but never like our coffee. And I go to... No, I'm not going to get into that.
It's not the only award we've had. We got the Soul Award for England from Voluntary Arts. It's called the Epic Award for Arts. And we also had the Uke Magazine Award for Best Ukulele Festival and a few others. It's great. Every award is fantastic. It just feels like such a gift to be recognized for this time and effort that we volunteer each year.
The theme throughout the show here is Fusion gig bags. Everybody's got a bag, and we're all talking about the bags, of course. What is your collaboration with Fusion?
We've worked with Fusion Bags for the better part of a decade. As I said before, it's really important to us to work with regional businesses whenever and wherever we can. And we knew about Fusion Bags, we liked them, they're well made, they're well designed, they're fun, they do the job. And we knew we'd like to invite them to our festival, but when we found out that they were based not far from where we actually hold the event, well, why wouldn't we invite them? It was an added bonus that when we met the people at Fusion, they were as awesome as their bags. We love them.
Wonderful. They're going to love that answer. Thank you so much, Mary. And well, thank you for being on the programme. It's so nice to speak to you.
Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Go,